Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 58 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction. And the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 4, Montana, on the Ride to RAGBRAI 2022. A 4,500-mile loop around the Midwest, Ohio to Erie Trail, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, and east to RAGBRAI the last week of July. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, I'm here at the Rosebud East Campground here in Forsyth, Montana. Had a great zero yesterday. I actually put off doing the video the other night. Just did it last night, got it all out. Got everything caught up social media wise. But yesterday I rode into town. I went and ate lunch at Dairy Queen. Met a local pastor in the area named Daniel, and Holter was the youth pastor. They were both eating lunch there. And then I went to go get my hair cut. I went to the first place. And the lady was like, you know, I had waited there for almost 45 minutes because she had a sign on the door that said, out to lunch. So I just sat there, and when she showed up, she was like, I don't have time for you. And I was like, okay, well, Lord bless you. Thank you so much. And I left and went to Sassy Scissors, where Marie and Mandy were working, and got to chatting with them. Marie ended up giving me the old haircut, did a great job. And she even got under my beard here too. I don't carry a razor, you know, I don't shave, so that's always helpful. I don't really want to look like a bear, even though I'm out here hanging out with the bears. I want to do the best I can to not look like one. But so at the end of the conversation, Mandy says over to Marie, she's like, hey, it's on me. So thank y'all so much. God bless you. I appreciate that. I teared up while I was standing there. But that was such a good time. I love haircuts on these tours because it's one of the longer times to just sit down and talk to someone. And plus it's like, you know, personal touch, and I'm just so alone out here. It's really nice. So yeah, I got back here to the campground, took a nap, got the video all out, and a guy had pulled up over here named Daniel Westman and his wife Tiffany. And I didn't know them at the time. I saw that they had a little dog over there, and about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock last night, I heard what sounded like a woman screaming, like, ah, ah, and like immediately I jumped up out of my tent and started walking with my flashlight on in the direction of this campground right here, this little spot at the end of this road. And I look over, and Dan's walking that way too. And he's like, hey, what was that? I was like, I don't know. I said, I'm going to check it out. It sounded, as I got closer and it continued, it sounded like an animal, like killing another animal. And so we go back there. I'm in literally my bathing suit, no shirt, no shoes. We walk down the trail down the Yellowstone River with phone flashlights, talking. He's a Christian, saved, went to prison for 8 years back in North Dakota. They're moving now to South Dakota, I think was what he said. But he's in real estate, and so like he got saved in prison. The gospel changed his life. And when he got out, he started like flipping houses and flipping real estate and stuff. And so as we got to talking, he was like, man, I believe in what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Have you thought about where you want to put the rehab? And I was like, Appalachian Mountains somewhere, Blue Ridge Parkway. Same conversation I have anytime somebody asks me. And he said, well, maybe we can work out something to where we can get like a piece of land, like some bare land under contract, and like get a balloon payment set out, and then like, you know, maybe even start to like improve the land, put septic on it, put those kind of things on it, and go ahead and get like this thing started. You know, just kind of narrow down in your mind the place where you want it to be. And we're just talking. I'm thinking about all this, going, okay. And so it happens again. The thing starts yelling again. And Dan and I had exchanged numbers, and so he's like, hey, that's a mountain lion in heat. Like, that's what that is. So listen to this real quick. Yeah, that's what it sounded like last night here at East Rosebud Campground, 100 yards away from us. And that's what we walked into not knowing. But when Dan called me on the phone to tell me about this, you know, that it was a mountain lion and all this kind of stuff, he said, you know, we try to like buy 2 properties or buy 3 properties, and we flip 2 and we keep 1. And he said, man, we might even be able to work out something where we can find that property there on the Blue Ridge Parkway and get it and donate it. Like, donate it to Redeeming Eden. And so I'm sitting here going, what in the world? How can, and what a great testimony that'll be if that's what ends up happening with Dan. If our relationship continues and like that pans out to be what it is. How cool is it that both of us running toward a mountain lion in the middle of the night is how we would meet and all that would happen. And it's so much cooler because yesterday morning, one of the verses in Proverbs was, you know, the sluggard doesn't go out because he says, there's a lion in the streets. There's a lion in the public square. And neither one of us did that last night. I don't think either one of us knew that it was a mountain lion though. So whether we did that on purpose or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think we both thought someone was in danger. And so we went to it as quickly as we could. But yeah, so I feel on top of the world with that meeting. Like, it's so cool to see all the little pieces come into place. I've been praying so much for all the different pieces to fall into place, and I've just been riding towards something that I don't see. And that may very well end up being one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle because of a mountain lion in Forsyth, Montana. 2 travelers passing by in the night. Unreal, unreal. So Dan, good to meet you. I will keep in touch with you, and yeah, I know this has been a long beginning, but you had to hear about the 0 yesterday. It was just too good to not like vlog and record and remember. So yeah, I'm gonna get on the road and you'll see more of that right about now. Alright, so I just stopped in here to the Speedway Cafe and had a huge breakfast, and you're not going to believe this. But that pancake was so big that this is actually what I've got left of it. Is that not crazy or what? Like, I don't know if you can tell, but that is the size of my kitty litter bucket. That's wild. Like, I've never seen a pancake that big before in my life. When they brought it out, I was like, Anyway, yeah, gonna get on the road now and head west toward Hysham. Talk to the Hysham or Treasure County Sheriff's Department. They're supposed to have the officer on duty call me back and let me know if I can stay in the park. There's really nothing between here and Billings. I mean, gas stations occasionally, like every 25 miles. No hotels, no nothing. So I hope that they're okay with that. But we shall see. And yeah, you'll see more of that ride right about now. Alright, so I found a water pipe coming out of the side of a mountain thingy. Absolutely love this water. I've already had some of it. It is so good. Riding into the wind just a little bit. This is about 4 miles outside of town. There's actually really neat. They've got a big fire pit over here and a picnic table. And were I not like needing to go farther, I would have totally camped there if I would have known about it last night. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna drink some more of this water get on the road. I thought this was pretty neat too. If you want to pause the video for just a second and read about General Custer, they got a pretty neat little history section here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on riding down the road. Let's go. I don't know if I can get this on film or not, but there are big fat raindrops falling on me from one of the sunniest blue skies. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. It feels good, but it's just weird. The closest rain cloud's back that way, and the wind's coming from this way. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's cool though. Okay, so I did get in touch with the local sheriff, and they said that I could stay here at the city park in Hysham, Montana. This is probably one of the coolest things I've seen yet. So you can put 1/4 in, gives you 1 hour of power. 2/4, or 1/4 gives you 2 hours of light. And you can put in up to 4 at a time for the power. So I put in $1 and the outlets are working. I get 4 hours of outlets, and you can turn it off and on, so it does work. Fuse panel, everything. That is so cool to me. It is a gorgeous little park. They've got water at like each little section here if I wanted to put my tent up. Looks like they've got bathrooms over here, a pool. I haven't seen too many of the local town pools open since COVID. I don't know if they're going to start that back again yet or not. But then they've got this pavilion with lights. But you know, one of the coolest things about this park that I saw when I got here was this lion right here. And after what I was describing earlier with the mountain lions last night, I figured that was kind of like a fitting touch to me ending up here. Anyway, yeah, so good ride. Other than the crazy raindrops out of nowhere, it was just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So tomorrow, it looks like I'll go about 25 more miles. I will have a tailwind, so I might go 50. And I may get into Billings and take my 0 in Billings at the KOA so I can get clothes washed and get some things done there. I'm still trying to play it out and see how the weather's going to cooperate. But so far, everything still looks good for me to be on time to get to Billings, for Mason to give me a ride to Bozeman, to be on time to get to Bozeman, for my family, my wife and kids to fly in from Mobile, Alabama. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm super excited. But I'm also ready to get this video cut, edited, uploaded, take advantage of all this power, get it out to you guys, and then, yeah, get another day knocked out tomorrow. So, if you know anybody who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Papa link in the description, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. If you know anybody who's actively addicted, anybody in general, please share this with them. Thank you so much, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew, every one of you that is liking every video, commenting on every video, sharing every video, and those of you that are subscribed to the YouTube channel. The analytics love it, I do too, and who knows, it might save a life. Don't forget, Redeeming Eden is a non-profit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. That link is also in the Papa link, and you can go there and find out more about Redeeming Eden and about the Cody Jordan Forever Funeral Fund, which is a fund I've started to help families that lose loved ones to addiction with paying funeral costs. So, yeah, I'll tell you one cool thing about the bar a minute ago. I sat next to a guy named Matt, and we got to chatting about drones and the bicycle tours and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, I asked him, like, is there power here at this pavilion? That's the only thing I didn't know. And his wife walked over and she's like, I think you have to pay quarters. And so I had something totally different in my mind. But at the end of that conversation, he was like, look, man, I feel like I can trust you. If the quarters thing doesn't work out, I'll bring you my generator, like suitcase generator, so that you can use it for the night. So thank you so much, Matt. That is just so cool. I love small town hospitality. And I've even seen it in the big towns. So it's just really good. I love the United States of America. And I'm sure the whole world is exactly like this. So unbelievably cool day. Really enjoyed it. Plenty of cell service. Here early enough to get most of the things done. From Hysham, Montana. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.